Hi everybody, Leah here with your weekly card reading. It's been a little while. At the end of last year I developed a thing called trigeminal neuralgia, and unfortunately it came back again in April. It's stopped again now, so I'm here doing your card readings while I can, and it just means I'll have to have breaks when I can't talk. But thank you to everybody who sent messages. Certainly, it's not a pleasant thing to have, and I really do take my hat off to anyone who lives with chronic illness or chronic pain. It really does affect every aspect of your life, but I do find that when these things happen, it's a way of forcing you to reassess, review your life, see what you're doing, see how you can do things differently, and I feel like this is just another one of those times when I'm just being directed to something else. So keep an eye on my page, Leah Lloyd Healer. There will be some different services being offered soon and some changes coming, which I think will be really good. So start of the week, we have Strength. And it is partnered with the card of Illusion. And in the weekly cards, earlier in the week, you have the card of Clarification and then Harmony. So I almost feel as though there are some things that are going to become apparent. Perhaps there was, an idea you had in your head of what you were doing, how you were planning on doing something, and then for some reason that gets stopped, or there's more to it than you realize, that you have to change your plans around that. And perhaps there's just information there that wasn't sort of privy to you. Perhaps you and someone else had all of these ideas in your own head that you hadn't actually communicated to each other, and then when you do, they don't line up, and so you have to make some changes and clarify and look at doing things differently. So I feel as though you're doing that at the start of the week. However, with the Strength card there, it suggests that while it's not what you planned or expected, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, okay, well, how do I do this differently? Because that's the goal I want to achieve. How do I get there? And with that Harmony card coming in, I really feel like you are accepting of these changes and what you have to do. And you really embrace that truth and just go, okay, this is what I'm presented with now, this is what I will do differently, and this is how I'm going to move forward. Now, the middle of the week, we have Three of Michael, and it's partnered with Facing Your Fears. And then on the daily cards, we have, in the middle of the week, we have the Dreamer and the Alchemist card. So I think with these changes, there's stuff you have to let go of. And for some of you, it might not be stuff you have to let go of, but actually stuff you have to move forward with. And, it's kind of scary. You're taking this leap of faith and trying something new. So you might be starting a new business venture for some of you. For some of you, you might be entering a new relationship or a new stage of that relationship, and it's a little bit scary. So for some of you, I think things from the past are going to come up as part of all of this unfolds. It's just things there that you haven't quite dealt with yet that resurface some old fears, and that can happen. If you've been burnt in the past, if things haven't turned out the way you expected them to, then it makes sense that we bring some of that into our current situation. But I really feel like they're just coming up so that you can actually face them and address them and do things a bit differently so that you don't repeat history here. With the Dreamer card and the Alchemist card, like, you really are thinking about your future, but you're getting excited about it, and you're not trying to force things to happen, but you're being creative with it and curious, and you're really imagining how you can get to this end point that you want, how you can create this life that you want. And it really feels as though that past stuff is going to go. You're really focusing on your future, but not in a stressed out kind of way. This is really you taking your power back, getting grounded, but really exploring what your options are and getting excited about them, and therefore manifesting them and bringing them into your life. Now, over the weekend, we have 10 of Michael, we have the Cheer Up card, Living in the Moment, and for the daily cards, you have Curiosity and you have a Union here. So the 10 of Michael suggests that this is done with, that you have accepted that ending has occurred, but you're actually free now. It lifts a burden off your shoulders. There's a weight gone from you that you are now, okay, I can actually move forward now with this. And it might have been something you've been holding on to for a long time, or you've been stopping that ending from happening because it was just that fear of, well, what's next? At least this might not be great, but I know it. I'm comfortable with that. I know what to expect there. If I let go of that and I open myself up to this new experience, I don't know what to expect, and I don't know if it's going to work out, and that's a really scary thought. But this is really you're living in the moment, you're getting excited, you're trying new things, you're exploring the world and your options and what you can do. But the only way you can do that is if you've left that past behind and allowing yourself to be open to these new opportunities, to moving forward, to accepting life as it is, not trying to force things to happen, but at the same time really living with that wonder of, well, you know, what could happen today? Where can this take me? How exciting can this actually be? Let's, you know, explore that and see what good we can bring into our lives, because you really can. So the bottom of the deck, we have 5 of Michael. That's letting you know that there's something in your current life that is just not meant for you. It's not working out for you. It's, you know, it's time to let that go, choose a more uplifting approach and move on. We also have the card of Epiphany here, and this is about seeking clarity, which the fact that there's a clarification card in the daily cards and a clarity card here is a really strong message to some of you that are watching this. So really, if there's information you don't have, get that information, have those conversations with the people who are actually significant in these changes you want to make, and see if they're on the same page as you, or if they're not, get their ideas, get their input, and communicate what you're thinking. Because if you're creating this incredible life in your head, but you haven't shared that with the people who it's also going to affect, then they may not jump on board with that with you. So really have those conversations so that they're not sort of blindsided, and so they can get excited with you and manifest and create this life with you. The healing card from my cards this week is the card of self-worth. So really knowing that you are here to live your best life. You're not here to suffer, to struggle through life. You are here to learn, to grow, and to work out, find that place of ease to make these things happen for you. So really knowing that you're worth that you're deserving of all of that, learning from your mistakes, but being kind to yourself and forgiving and accepting and loving. And you can't go wrong if you can acknowledge your own self-worth and honor that. The affirmation card for this week is being true. It says, I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. And again, we have a card of illusion here, so that is significant to some of you. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. So a really significant week. I think for a lot of you, this could be quite life-changing, really taking you on a new direction. For a lot of you, I really feel like this has been a long time coming. You're well aware of what it is and that it's time, and you're ready to make that change. If it does come out of left field a bit, remember to stay positive and to find that acceptance in what is happening and trust that it's actually bringing you something better. And so to kind of allow that to happen and to not get bogged down in any of the fear that could come with it, but instead focus on what is possible and what you actually want out of life. And you'll probably find that whatever it is you've had to let go of wasn't giving you what you wanted, and it wasn't ever going to. And you kind of can see that now. You have that clarity around that. You can accept that and say, okay, I can move on with my life. So have a fantastic week. I'll see you next week. Bye.